Hello there, it's Peggy McColl. I want to welcome you back to the Manifestation Podcast. This particular podcast is going to be focused around helping you understand how and why it is a tremendous benefit to experience a quantum leap in your life. Now, what's a quantum leap? Let's start there. Well, a quantum leap is where you accelerate your results or you accomplish something that other people may have thought that you could never have accomplished. Maybe you previously thought that you could never have accomplished, or you've reached a point in your life where you're sitting there and you're going, enough is enough. You're frustrated, you're challenged, you're feeling dissatisfied. And you've just decided, you know what? You are tired of playing small. No more playing small for you. That you're going to do something magnificent. You're going to do something bold. You're going to finally make some decisions that are going to change the trajectory of your life and produce results, perhaps beyond your wildest dreams, or produce results that really invite wonderful experiences for you and perhaps your loved ones as well. I like to call this skipping levels. Now, I have a program by the same name, Skipping Levels. And if you want to find out more about it, you can go to skippinglevels.com. Nice and easy, right? But the reason why I designed a program called Skipping Levels, and because I'm so intrigued with this idea and this concept, is because there have been many times in my own life where I've come up against this point of dissatisfaction. When I was dissatisfied with my relationship in my life, going way back when, dissatisfied with my financial situation, tired of working for other people and wanting to do my own thing, be my own boss, and not have a cap or a limit on how much money I could earn. And so because I've had those experiences, and because I made the decision to have or create a quantum leap in my life and transform my life and skip levels, which defies logic, I have found that these experiences have been my greatest growth experiences. You see, the truth is that when you're pursuing a goal that scares you and excites you at the same time, what Bob Proctor likes to call a C-type goal, what I love to call affectionately call a stretch goal, a goal that stretches you, causes you to be more, do more, create more than you've ever done before in your life. And you see, when we have these goals, we do not have to know how. And of course, the benefit when you accomplish and you achieve that goal is not for what you get. The benefit is for who you become in the process. So if I think back to my own experience of skipping levels, in other words, producing results which were far greater than anything I had previously done, and I think back to a time when I purchased a home when I had no money whatsoever, but I had the desire to own the home. And I knew enough at that time that I did not have to know how I was going to buy this home or pay for this home. I knew I wanted it. I made a decision to purchase one. I purchased a home. I stretched myself. And as a result, I strengthened my own emotional muscles. I strengthened the muscle of faith. I strengthened the muscle of worthiness. I strengthened the muscle of confidence, because all of those things are and were necessary to produce the results that I was looking for. Now, I've been in this business of personal development for many years, and I've had the wonderful blessing of working with many other people who have had the desire to skip levels and have come to me for guidance, for support, for help, and I've helped them accomplish these goals. I remember a time when a woman had come to me for some guidance, and she signed up for my private mentoring. And she was in a situation which was extremely uncomfortable for her. What was happening is she'd been in a business where the whole industry had changed. Maybe you can relate to that. And because the industry had changed, even though she had previously been operating a very successful 8-figure revenue producing business, all of a sudden her business wasn't producing anything or very little. And she had to downsize and start letting go of staff. And she felt very desperate at the time. And she started spiraling downward. And I had met her right after all of this had happened. And where she was in a big heap of debt. So she was all consumed in debt. Her marriage was struggling because of the financial challenges that she had been experiencing. And she had decided to leave the marriage. Her children were upset at her. But she knew that there was something more to life. She knew that there was something else that she really had a desire to do that for her would be far more rewarding, far more fulfilling. So even though when I met her, she was all consumed in debt, she made a decision to work with me and borrowed the funds to do so from a relative of hers, which of course she paid back later. But I believe there's a process for skipping levels. And part of the process starts by identifying you're in a situation where you're dissatisfied with the results. Now, dissatisfaction can be a very propelling emotional experience because it can cause you to say no more. It can cause you to even increase that passion, that desire within you to finally make a decision to move forward. And this is part of the process. But not everybody makes a decision to step forward into growth. Many people step backward and they think they're stepping back into safety, which is a very, very, very dangerous place to be. Why? Because nothing stays the same. You are either getting better or you're getting worse. Your results are either getting better or they're getting worse. So if you feel that nudge or that emotional pull to produce better results, but in spite of or despite the fear that you're feeling, you step back into safety and you don't move forward, what you've done is you've just told your belief system that you can't do it. You've just given a negative belief system more energy. But what about the fear factor, Peggy? What about feeling scared as heck that I'm going to do something I've never done before? And even if you don't have any idea how you're going to do it, what about that? It's part of the process. You're going to feel the fear. You want to recognize that the fear is there. It's a natural experience to feel fear. So when you're up against fear, when you're feeling the fear, it's because you're having a conflict with your own belief systems. Because part of you is saying, I'm going for it. I really have a desire to do it. But your beliefs are pulling you back because they're saying, wait a minute, that's not who you are. That's not part of who you are. But just forget that. If you just forget that for a moment, ignore that and just say, no more playing small. I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to pursue my dreams because life is now. Now is the perfect time. This isn't a trial run we're involved in here. This is life, your life, and it's time to finally make some decisions that are going to have you experience results that you've never experienced before. But this invitation to have that quantum leap, this invitation to truly skip levels, taking your annual income and have it be your monthly income, is an invitation that's available to anyone. What do I mean by invitation? What I mean is that anyone and everyone who's on this planet right now could experience a quantum leap. They could. I absolutely know it. I have done it personally time and time again. Many of my clients have done that personally time and time again, but very few have done it. It's like that expression, 97% of the population is earning 3% of the money. 3% of the population is earning 97% of the money. Now, are these 3% people, are they smarter than the others? No, no, they're not. I'm one of them. I'm in the top 1% income earners. I barely made it through high school. If I showed you my report card, you would probably laugh or chuckle or find it humorous because I barely made it through high school. Yes, I graduated, but it wasn't with honors or anything close. And I did not go to college or university after high school. I ended up teaching college, as a matter of fact, because I had specialized knowledge. But I never let that stop me. I had the passion, I had the desire, and I got on with the work. And that is key in experiencing a quantum leap. You cannot produce better results with the same level of thinking. You can't. That's insanity. That's what Einstein apparently called the definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over again, and you expect the same result. Not going to happen. You got to think differently. You've got to do differently. You've got to be differently. And there's a fine line between mediocre success and phenomenal success. And it's not that difficult to cross over. But you first decide you're going to do it. And remembering this, you do not have to know how. You do not have to know how. So what do? You think about, what would you love? What would you really love? I want you to think about that right now. Assuming there are no limits whatsoever, what would you love to experience in your life? What would you love to do in this lifetime? Maybe your desire is to be well known in a certain field, or to be a recognized leader, or to have a huge platform with millions and millions of followers. Maybe your desire is to be a multi-book New York Times bestseller. Maybe your desire is to run your business from the comfort of your home, earning millions and millions and millions of dollars, working part-time, doing work that is completely fulfilling. So you've got to sit down and really think. And this is fun. This is dreaming at a whole new level. You're taking the lid off of what's possible and you're dreaming big. But is it big? Well, big, by definition, is a word that we use to define a size, right? Now, if you ask me, is your office big? Well, it's big relative to the powder room down the hall, but is it big relative to the rest of the house? No, it might be considered small. But your belief system is going to determine what's big and what's small, because it's thinking that causes that. So when you do open up your mind and you start entertaining new ideas of what you could experience in your life, and you decide to dream big, and then you start to play with these ideas of what will your life look like now that you've accomplished these things, what's happening is you're inviting the feelings to rise. If you just imagine for a moment, one of the things that you would absolutely love to have, do, or be in your life, just take one right now for this moment. Just take one. Maybe it's your income. Earlier, I mentioned taking your annual income and have that be your monthly income. Play with that idea for a moment. Think about that. That truly is skipping levels. You're 12 timesing your income. So if you think about how much money you earned last year, and you start to play with the idea of, wow, what if I was earning that every single month or more? How are you feeling now that you're earning that? Well, excitement, is that one of the emotions that you're feeling? Gratitude, is that an emotion that you're feeling? Are you feeling, wow, amazed? Are you feeling elated, like really happy? Maybe you're feeling relaxed because now you know you're financially set for life. Or now that you have all the funds to do whatever it is that you want to do, you could build that dream home, you could buy that amazing vehicle, you could start that business, you could donate it to the hospital, whatever it is that you want to do. Like really connecting to the experience of having it and embracing those emotions in the experience. You see, that's part of the process of skipping levels. You've got to discipline yourself to get into that emotional state on a consistent basis. And there are certain things that you can do every single day that will make this easy for you. And the easier it is, the better it's going to go. But the reason why people aren't making a decision today, Peggy, I love what I'm hearing here. I'm absolutely on board with experiencing a skipping level experience in my own life. What do I need to do? Well, you're definitely going to be doing things differently. You're definitely going to be. Now, I'm walking people through a process, having them be accountable, recommendations for disciplines. We're going to have check-in as well, so that they're not only disciplining themselves, but they're checking it off. And that's part of what I'm going to be doing with people at a high-level program. But I decided to create a program because I do this in my own life. And I know there's many people that want to work with me personally. So I decided I'm going to create a group of people, an opening where people can come together who have decided they're going to have a transformational experience in their life and skip levels, experience that quantum leap. And I'm going to do it over a period of time by really working with the committed individuals. It's not for everyone. The thing is, this opportunity is for everyone, but not everybody even hears the calling to do it because their beliefs are closed off. They don't think it's possible. They feel that they've just got to live with the lot in life that they've been given. I know that feeling. I had it years ago. I used to think I was destined to live an impoverished life, until I opened up my consciousness and began to develop a new level of awareness. I committed to taking my life to a whole new level, and I disciplined myself. Was it easy? Hell no. But it's a lot easier now because I know what's required, and that's the great advantage to the folks that are in my Skipping Levels program. I have done it time and time again. I've helped many other people do it time and time again. But if you're looking to have an experience of skipping levels, you absolutely must decide and you must commit. You've got to decide and you've got to commit. And then you do the work. But as I said earlier in this podcast, the benefit, yes, the benefit is going to be you experiencing the result of skipping levels. But the biggest benefit is who you become. Just think about this. Just think about you taking your annual income, making it your monthly income, and you do it, and you accomplish it, and you've disciplined yourself, and you've established new daily strategies that are really working for you. What's going to happen after you're doing that? You're going to have a realization that, wow, you can do anything, anything. It's going to cause you to see things in a whole new level. Just think about what mountain climbers go through when they're going to the mountain. As they're climbing, they don't know exactly what it's going to be like, what the conditions will be like. Yes, they're training. Yes, they're preparing. Yes, they're taking action. They're moving. But as they rise, as they get higher, they start to see things from a whole new perspective. They start to see things very differently. They've got a better view. Well, that's what happens for you as well. When you make that decision, you're going to skip levels. So what I would suggest that you do is head on over to skippinglevels.com right now, because we have an opportunity for those that are ready, those that are really ready to have a quantum leap. You're going to need the guidance. You're going to need to understand what's required to get there, and I can help you accomplish that in your life. I'm very excited about this. I have personally made a decision. I'm skipping levels again in my own life. So I thought I'm going to invite a whole bunch of other folks to join me in this wonderful experience. So that's a wrap for this manifestation podcast. I trust that this has inspired you to really consider your life and consider having a quantum leap in your life as well. I'm Peggy McColl, and it's a wrap for today. If you love the podcast, share with us, share it with others, share it with other people. Give us a 5-star review. We love receiving those 5-star reviews. And we look forward to seeing you on another episode of the Manifestation Podcast.